Hello, YouTube. All right, we are actually at Fox Lake Youth Camp. This is a really nice park with numerous nature trails in Brevard County, Florida. It's a phone number you can call if you want to learn about the organized youth camp. But we just hiked through the woods. It was approximately like 1 mile from the main Fox Lake entrance, which is well, not the entrance of the Fox Lake Park, but the entrance to the trails. And you can see they have a little area here with water and other resources for camping. But I do think you need to make a reservation, for like organized groups like the Scouts or a church group or whatever. But this is probably the easiest trail to get out here. I don't really see any built-in bathrooms here, so it's probably a wild wilderness bathroom. But they have an actual water pump here. But to use it, you have to prime it. I think you have to pour water down it first. So it's a very nice walk. These are the different trails. The trails are clearly marked. Let me show you the trail that we're at. So we are right here right now. As you can see by the sign there, we are in that part of the lake. This is the main Fox Lake, and the entrance is right there at the kiosk. So we followed the blue trail up to here, and it's got a lot of different trails. They're all color coded. So if you're into hiking and stuff on a fairly well marked, fairly safe trail, Fox Lake is worth checking out. You can see it's 1.3 miles to get back to where we came from. So we've walked 1.3 miles. So the total walk from the entrance of the trail to here is 2.6 miles. Not bad, really. And before that, we walked around the lake itself. They do have horseback trails, but obviously certain portions of it you can't have the horses. You can also go biking. But let's look around a little bit, and then we're going to head out. That's, I guess, the way out. You can see the trails are like nicely marked. This is the blue trail. So, oh wait, there might be an outhouse here. Maybe there's an outhouse here. I can see a building here that looks like an outhouse. So maybe they don't expect the kids to go potty in the woods. Yeah, it looks like an outhouse. I don't know why they always have a picture of a banana on an outhouse. Oh, and it's closed. It's closed with a combo lock, so you'd have to know the combination to use the bathroom. No, I was kidding about a banana. It's probably a moon, but there's restrooms. And it has so here's another one. So that wasn't the restroom. This is the restroom. So there's a restroom out here if you need to go. Maybe we'll go look inside just to see what it looks like. They got it on a nice overlook. So, okay. At least there aren't corn cobs. This moldering privy processes human waste and toilet paper only. Do not put trash in the privy. Okay. Have an outhouse out here. So this must not be an outhouse. This must be some kind of storage shed for the ranger. And I guess you could set up camp out here, tents and whatnot. Surprisingly, on our walk out here, we bumped into like 3 or 4 other people. So this is a Sunday morning. I think it is Sunday, February, I'm thinking 22nd. And there were quite a few people out here, which is kind of interesting. You see all the Spanish moss along the way. And this is the Blue Trail hiking trail. So we're doing a reverse of coming in. You can see I got my trusty palmetto sword, just in case. I'm not going to do too much talking because it's just mostly trail, and I thought you guys might enjoy the scenic walk through the woods. Now, if you're coming out to a place like this, I do recommend bringing like a windbreaker, like a light windbreaker or something, just to cover your skin in case spiders and other little critters try to bite you. Also, it's probably helpful to have some kind of stick. Snakes are known, and we did see a snake out here. I think it was one of those black ones. I don't know if it was an indigo or a coral snake, but they like to lay across the trail to sun themselves. So they generally won't attack you, but you know, if you make noise before you walk there, I'm not saying you have to be like really loud and obnoxious, but just normal walking noises and stuff, and hitting the ground with a stick and stuff, they tend to try to slither away. Fox Lake is you can Google Fox Lake Park. I think it's in Titusville. I don't know if it's in Cocoa or Titusville. I think it's in Titusville. But it is a free park. It is a county park. And as you can see, pretty well maintained. More Spanish moss. As tempting as it may be to play with the Spanish moss and stuff here, I don't recommend touching them, and definitely don't put them on your head. There's these little red creatures on there. They live in, like little bugs. They live in those things. And if you put it on your head, obviously they're going to jump out onto your scalp and start chewing you alive. So they're nasty. Even walking underneath it carries a risk. So it might not be a bad idea to wear a hat when you're exploring the wilderness. Me, I'm not wearing a hat. So it looks like it goes that way, but actually the trail goes this way. Now, going back out, they don't seem to have the trail marked as well, other than the entrance for heading out. But coming in, often on the trees, like so you see the red trail there, you'll see markings on the, either they have a metal pole with a marking or a tree. You can see here they have like a sign that has like, shows you the different trails that you can go on. We were on the blue one. You can see here where we are right now at the halfway point. And it has like nice arrows that tell where everything is. So this is a fairly safe trail. So this is the red trail that goes to the red side. So we want blue, which I'm surprised they don't have it marked here on the way out. I guess they figured you're smart enough to figure out which way you came from. But this is the blue trail. I almost took a wrong turn. Here it is. So this is what I was talking about, the trail markers. So you can see it's got a nice little marker here to keep you from straying and getting totally lost. You know, I first learned about Florida trails when I got my divorce, and I had signed up for like a meetup group. And there was a meetup of people who like hiking, you know. So we met up at like, I think it's called like, I don't know if it's Three Lakes or it was some kind of wildlife management area. We met there, and then we followed the trails. And it turns out, you know, one of the people there was a trailblazer. So what they do is they go around and they maintain the trails. You know, they look for trees and stuff that need to be cut off the trail, and they bring paint with them to remark the trail so that other people can enjoy it. And they also serve as kind of like guides to tell you a little about trailblazing and how a lot of the original trails like across Florida were actually made by the Indians. And like when you go across the trail and you see a tree that has a right angle bent on it, that's not natural. That was man-made, most likely by the Indians. They typically will bend a tree to designate it as a point along the trail, like where you may have to turn or do some other stuff. So you learn a little bit about trailblazing, and I found out that like the entire state of Florida has nature trails like this that traverse the entire state. So it's possible to walk the entire length of Florida from north to south via trails like this. Different trails interconnect. And I suppose if you're hiking a trail like this, you probably need to bring backpack gear and I don't know about food and stuff. I don't know how that would be arranged. If you were, trying to do the hike completely on foot from one end of Florida to another. And I think the Florida trail probably connects to Georgia or Alabama trails. So it's possible that you could end up transversing the entire United States. You can see we are on the Blue Trail. This is like an emergency road access. So they do have a road access that goes out to the youth camp. And I suppose they did that, in case of emergency. So here we are right now. We've gotten this far and we're going to continue down the Blue Trail. Maybe another day we'll take some of the more challenging trails like this orange one. Actually, that's a mountain bike and horse trail, so probably don't want to walk it. It's 5.5 miles. That means 11 miles for the whole trail. See our little, looks like a bumblebee. So they do mark it on the way back because you really are in the wilderness. This part of the trail, I suspect, when it rains, in Florida during the rainy season, probably goes underwater. So they built a little walking path. It's a good way to stay in shape. You see animals have been foraging here. All the soft areas, they look like something's been digging. I don't know if it's deer or possibly wild hogs. Boars, I guess. Or maybe armadillos. What I really like about this trail is that, other than the wooden part here, I do like the wooden part because it made that area easier to traverse. But this one really feels like you're out in the woods, Some of them, I guess the easier trails, they make walkways, They take the wood and make boardwalks that you can walk on. So those would be accessible for people who are, have potentially mobility issues. You can even push someone in a wheelchair on those. But this one definitely, you probably need to be able to walk. It's kind of somewhat strenuous. Oops, and watch out for what's that, roots sticking out. I almost tripped over one. But you get a pretty good workout on this. I'd say it was probably moderate. Here's one of those bent trees I was talking about. You can tell that branch there, maybe it broke, but I don't think so. I think that's a right angle, which usually signifies man-marked So it was marked. You know, typically when they mark it, they'll bend it at 2 right angles though. I think they bend it across and then up. So the tree grows with like a sideways Z on it. I was told that the Indians do that. That was told to me by one of the trail guides when I went on that group with the meetup. I think we're getting ready to hit the lake, the big portion of the lake. Another marker here, just to make sure you don't lose your way. Whoa, shit! Just walked in the mud here. Just too busy looking around. You can see they maintain the trails by cutting trees that are in the way. This looks like part of a fallen tree. You can see that mound right there. I would definitely not want to poke in it. Probably snakes in there. Big mound where the root used to be. You can see another fallen tree. My advice if you want to see wildlife is don't make as much noise as I'm making. I'm making a lot of noise kind of on purpose to chase away the snakes. Even then, we still saw one on the trail. Well, by that, you know, where I showed earlier, the water, the water pump. There was a black snake there, probably about 2.5, 3 feet long. Little baby one. You know, what's kind of interesting about all this is, kind of reminds me of when I was living out at the compound. You know, I had to do my own trailblazing. Go on trails similar to this to get out to the hut. You know, the trail breaks off that way. Hope I'm on the right trail. You know, I did use GPS. It's possible to use GPS with the terrain overlay. And you can actually look at where you are on the map and see where the lake is in relation to where you are, as well as the road, you know, in case you need to make an emergency exit. There's a dirt road that runs alongside the youth camp location. So if you needed to rush out, you could easily rush out. Well, this is a refreshing sight to see, another blue marker. So it means I haven't left the blue trail yet, which I don't want to leave. I'm trying to get out. I do have a word of warning for those of you hiking through the Florida wilderness. If you smell a really stinky smell, beware. Florida has skunk apes. So, you know, there's always a danger of a skunk ape appearing on the trail. So if you smell really bad smell, either someone pooped on the trail or a skunk ape is nearby. Now the blue marker to let us know we are still on the trail and haven't wandered into the woods aimlessly. I'm sure many people are skipping this video. We're like 20 minutes in, but I wanted to show the whole length of the trail. And I think we still got a long ways to go because I don't see the lake. There is somebody coming up. I'm going to film the side here. Hello, hello. All right, so even though it's kind of wilderness, there's quite a few people that traverse this trail. Thought that was a snake for a minute. Okay, this is the lake. You can see it's over in the distance there, and you can't really get into it. It looks like they really need to cut it down, but they may not want you walking there. And this portion of the trail is actually dirt road, and then it cuts back into the wilderness. They do allow horses out here. There's a horse trail out here. I haven't really seen horse hooves out here, so I don't know if this is part of the horse trail or just people haven't brought horses here. You can see a lot of footprints, so a lot of people do come this way. There's the blue marker right there and that pole. So I think we're supposed to turn back in towards the trail this way here. That's not it. I don't think that part of the trail is blocked off, but I think this is the blue entrance over here. The trail separates from the road. Now keep in mind we're going backwards. So we're heading from the youth camp back out to Fox Lake itself. And if you've been watching all this time, this is happening in real time. So it's quite a long walk. I'm trying to decide if I should cut this video off. think the lake right there was like the halfway point, and we're 22 minutes into the video. That'd be another 22 minutes of basically me walking through the woods. 25 minutes we're into the video. So this is like a 50-minute walk. Actually, it's 25 minutes since I started the video. So this is like almost a 2-hour walk. It's like an hour and 30 minutes, an hour and 40 minutes to make this walk. I think I might go ahead and cut the video off because I don't think you guys want to watch a 1.5 hour video of me walking through the woods. Okay. Fox Lake is 0.2 miles away, so maybe we'll go ahead and finish it. It says we're right here now. So the walk itself is approximately 30 minutes each way. So you're looking at about an hour to make the trip from the entrance to the youth camp. You know, as crazy as Florida is, one of the things I like about Florida is the wilderness trails and stuff that are still available. Now, sadly, they've been doing a lot of development. So, you know, as they develop, they obviously destroy the wilderness and any trails that happen to be going through there. So, my advice for those of you who are into nature walks and scenic things, you should probably try to go sooner versus later, because later it may not be there. So take that trip, make that hike, do the things that you always dreamed of doing while you still can, because you know, as you get older, your health goes down, and you know, there's no guarantee that the wilderness is going to continue to exist, especially as they start to develop and convert wilderness into like more concrete jungles. Still on the Blue Trail, walking over the little bridge. And we're almost back out. I can see cars in the distance, so we are at the entrance. So it's been approximately 29 minutes, 30 minutes. You're looking at about 25-30 minutes to make the walk here. This is Fox Lake Sanctuary. It is Brevard County Park, and it's got a bunch of trails. The trails we went on was this blue one that started from where we are right now at the kiosk all the way down to that lake that I showed you. It is one of the shorter ones, which was 1 mile. I think that's 1 mile each way. So basically we only walked like about 2 miles, a little over 2 miles on the trail, but it took about an hour. So We were walking about, what, 2 miles an hour? But Fox Lake itself is beautiful. So if you happen to be passing through Brevard County, this is just off Titusville, Florida. Look up Fox Lake. It's a beautiful place. You can come fishing here. I think you do need to have a license, but you can come fishing. And I think this is a freshwater lake. And they do have really nice bathrooms over here. Right over there behind the pavilion. Yeah, there's really clean men and women's bathrooms. You can park your car. If you have a boat, you can launch your boat here at the boat launch. Beautiful park, very well maintained. And I haven't really seen anyone get hassled around here. Obviously, you can't camp here overnight, but if you have a day and you're driving through, it's worth the stop. Until next time, everyone, take care, stay safe, and enjoy your parks.